welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me video as I sit here and talk to you guys about life. I'm going to rant, vent, get all my feelings out there about everything. Hopefully it helps you guys get to know me a lot better as a military wife and a mom and just a human being myself. So I'm going to sit here and talk to you guys. All my friends are busy, so I can't really talk to them. I feel a lot more comfortable talking to a camera anyway because all my friends have real life adult jobs. Like the audacity. Okay, I'm so nervous. I don't even know what to talk about. I've never done like a video like this before, so this is gonna be very interesting. But to start, for anyone who doesn't know me, I am Evelyn. I am a military wife, Navy wife to be exact, and I have 2 toddlers. I'm 21. I had my babies very young. I got pregnant when I was 17. So not promoting teen pregnancy because use a condom. Definitely use a condom. But yeah, I had my babies very young. I got pregnant when I was 17, right after high school. Were my parents happy about it? No. They weren't happy at all, but that's a whole different story. They weren't happy, but now that I've had my kids, they love my babies and everything just got put into place. And as for like getting married into the military, my husband and I were already dating in high school. Nathan proposed to me and he thought about joining the military. I was like, no. Like, why would you want to do that, you know? I'm like, why would you want to join the military? When I was younger, I had like no knowledge about the military, so I had no clue like what the fuck the military life was gonna be like. Didn't even know that there were different branches in the military, so I'm sorry, I'm a very horrible American. I didn't know that. I didn't learn anything about the military in school or like my parents. Like, military life, no clue what it was. Now I'm living it. Definitely transitioning into the military life has been very interesting from just the normal civilian life. Like, obviously I am still a civilian, but living like the life with my husband is very interesting. And like, I don't regret it at all. Like, this has been such an adventure. We got to go to Florida and live there for a while. And then now we're in Virginia, and I absolutely hate Virginia, but I wouldn't have known that I hate Virginia if I didn't live here, you know? But we're moving back to Florida, so I'm excited about that. I'm originally from California, but I have to say, Nathan and I feel like we have this feeling that Florida is just our home. Like, when we think of Florida, we think of like home, like that's our home. Once you smell swamp, that's how you know you're home. I've gotten used to the swampiness of Florida and I love it. I am happy to go back there. Just living the military life itself, it's very interesting. There's so much more that we're gonna explore and experience together. And honestly, if I did not marry Nathan, I wouldn't even have left California, to be honest. I am from Orange County, so I would have stayed in my Orange County bubble and I would not have left California or Orange County itself. Nathan really pushed me to just get out there and explore and like push me out of my bubble because I was scared, but now I love traveling. Like, I could live anywhere in the freaking world and I'll be fine with it. Like, honestly, I don't like Virginia at all, but I'm not like homesick or anything where I'm just totally fine with it. I learn new things about myself every day with the help of the military. Also, with the military lifestyle, I obviously like am solo parenting most of the time. So I have learned how to be independent. I used to be very dependent off of everyone. Like, I couldn't do stuff on my own. But ever since I got the chance to like move out and like take care of my kids by myself, like as I should, I feel like I'm a lot more independent, and it just pushed me to become like this woman that I didn't even know that I could have been. Be this woman that I didn't even know existed. I didn't know that I could do stuff on my own. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Just overall, like, being independent, I learned how to do that and just do things on my own where I don't need someone to help me all the time. So the military life has really pushed me to do that because when you're a military wife or a spouse, like, your soldier, your sailor, they're going to be deployed at some point. So that's when you just have to learn how to do things on your own. And this is like Nathan's second deployment, and it really has taught me how to do things by myself and like watch after myself and be cautious and safe and protective. Like I know how to protect myself. I know how to watch my own surroundings. Like I used to be terrible at that. My family used to yell at me all the time because I would never check my surroundings. And I was terrible at that. But once you have 2 kids and in the military, you just learn. Just simple things like that. Like you just learn how to do it. I probably sound so dumb right now. And honestly, this is just me. Like this is just my experiences. There's also like down parts to it too. Like obviously, like I miss Nathan being here all the time. Like sometimes I wish he didn't join the military, but sometimes I'm very grateful because the military life has pushed us and gave us like that extra step into our lives and just gave us, what's that word that I'm trying to say? It gave us a kickstart to our lives, because if it wasn't for Nathan joining the military, and I'm very grateful that Nathan like wanted to join the military, because at like the age 18, so he could support me pregnant and me myself and support our baby. So I was very grateful that he did that for us. I'm telling you, there's like good and bad with the military. Like I wish he didn't join, but at the same time I am so glad he did, because we probably would have been struggling right now, because Nathan and I are big spenders. Like we spend a lot of money. And Nathan and I love like to have our own space. So having our own space has really like brought us together as like a couple and pushed our marriage to be like become stronger. We don't have people like interfering with our marriage when we're like across the country. Overall, like our marriage is just stronger when it's just like us one-on-one together raising our kids, because we don't have anyone like drama, basically. Drama. We don't have drama in our lives when we're across the country. Like sometimes, yeah, we do have drama, but at the end of the day, like me and Nathan are living in the same house together. We can't be fighting all the time over stuff, so we kind of just learned how to let things go. It's not the end of the world for anything. So honestly, moving out at such a young age and Nathan joining the military at such a young age has really pushed us to become better people together. I'm just very grateful overall for everything that has happened in the past 3 years, because honestly, I think we would have been struggling, not gonna lie. Like living in California is already expensive. Living around like friends and family, I feel like Nathan and I would have depended so much on our family, where I don't think we could have been, or just for me at least, I don't think I could have been like the mom I am right now, because I would have been depending on my family to help me take care of my kids. As for when I'm out here, like I'm taking care of my kids on my own with Nathan, and like we're learning how to be parents without extra help. Like I'm not saying that the extra help is bad, I'm just saying that I am grateful that I get the opportunity to learn how to do it on my own. You know, parenting itself, like that's just a whole different subject that I'm jumping to, but parenting itself at such a young age, like you are gonna get judged. Like we get judged so much for being young parents, but that's only because people don't know our lives. Like they're not seeing what we're living through every single day. I share what I want to share. Nathan shares what he wants to share. So nobody is getting like the full real life everyday story of our lives. And people are always going to judge. Like no matter what you share or put out on the internet, like people are going to judge you no matter what, because that's just how our society is. And I mean, that's totally okay. You can have your opinions, but it's just sad because I feel like young parents get it the worst. And just moms overall. Like moms get judged over everything. Like moms get judged on the way that we dress our kids, the way that we treat our kids, the way that we talk to our kids, how we parent our kids, what our kids eat. Like we are going to get judged for everything, and that's just something that I have gotten used to. I think in like 2019, 2020, I would have been a lot more I would have cared a lot more on what people would have to say about it. But now that I have my 2 kids now, and I'm older, I'm a little older, so I don't care. Like, I really don't care. I parent my kids how I want to parent my kids, and me and Nathan have the same parenting style, so we never like fight over how we parent our kids. But overall, we get judged. Like, everyone's gonna judge you. I mean, you can't get away from it. It's just how the life of a young parent is, and a mom. Like, everyone is going to judge you, and you're just gonna have to let it go. But I have struggled with people talking down on me and like talking behind my back about me as a mom and like me as a wife, and it used to bug me a lot, and it put a strain on like my mental health, because obviously I was going through postpartum, and I had postpartum depression where I wanted to unalive myself. Like, I hated that I was hearing things about me, but at the end of the day, the only people that matter are literally people who care about you, who love you. Like, Nathan matters to me, my kids matter to me, because at the end of the day, Olivia and Caroline are looking up to me. That's how I realized, like, I don't care anymore. I'm not the same person that I was in 2019. If you went back and watched my videos, you could hear, like, the timid, is that the word, timid? You could hear, like, my voice. Like, I wasn't very outspoken, I was shy. I tried to be perfect, but I wasn't perfect, and that's fine, that's okay. People are gonna hate me, that's fine. Like, all I care about is making my kids happy, my husband happy, my own family happy. Like, that's all. Like, I don't care about what outsiders have to say about me anymore, and that's just me ranting now, because it makes me so sad that I used to hear things about that. I'm losing some sunlight, but that's only because it's 4 o'clock and the sun's going down. But anyway, I wanted to talk about something else that has been bothering me. Like, the military wife life, the military spouse life. I feel like we get judged, and we don't get the credit that I feel like we should be getting. And again, I'm not trying to sound like a dependent, like, oh, give us some credit, like, we do this, we do that. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say, like, nobody checks up on us. No one asks if we're okay, how we're doing. Like, we are doing a lot more than people think we're doing. Like, people think we're spending our sailor's money while he's on deployment. People think we're cheating. People think that we're just sitting on our asses all day doing nothing, feeding off of our sailor. Like, no, that is not what we're doing. Some spouses work, some spouses go to school, some spouses have kids that they need to take care of. Like, everybody has their own situation, and everybody is doing something different in the military. Like, the military spouse life. Like, we all have different things that we have to take care of. Like, for me, I am in college and I have 2 toddlers, so I am solo parenting, college, and taking care of my kids all at the same time. And I feel like I'm not asking for credit and validation, but I'm just saying, like, we don't get the credit that we should be getting, because people think I just sit on my ass all day and do nothing, but that is, like, absolutely wrong, because I am very busy. Stay-at-home moms are very busy. It's basically our job. And college itself, it's so hard. Like, college is not easy, but I'm doing it. Like, I am very proud of what I've accomplished and what I have done. But then again, like, I do all of this and I still get shit on. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, people still think I sit on my ass when I'm literally at home taking care of my children and trying not to get an F in any of my classes. Like, it's just hard because people are gonna think what they're gonna think. People make jokes about it. Like, it's just hard. And I know I'm not the only spouse who feels this way, because a lot of spouses go through different things and emotions, like, especially like during deployment. Like, we're lonely. Like, I'm so lonely. Sometimes I have a breakdown and just cry to myself because I miss Nathan. I wish he was home. Like, I start hating the military, but I, like, gather myself together and, like, I'm fine. I'm okay. Just to get through this day, get through the next day, and I'm holding myself in there. Lately, I've been, like, so stressed out where I'm just like, why am I still going to school? Like, I am tired of going to school and I should just focus solely on the kids and take care of them and like not miss out on their little toddler lives, I want to give up on school. Like, I don't want to do school anymore, but I know that I have to, because if I want to graduate and take care of my kids and help Nathan out like financially, like I have to go to school. And going to school while like in the military, I hate saying while in the military because I am not in the military, but I'm living the military life. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Going to school while living the military life with my spouse who is in the military, it's very hard because we are getting stationed different places like every 3 years, and I want to get my bachelor's degree, and it's just very hard because I'm gonna have to find a college that I'm going to have to stick with so I could get my bachelor's degree, because right now I'm going to a community college that is in my hometown and it's all online, so that's been very, very helpful. But when I transfer, I'm gonna have to transfer to a school in Florida, and I really hope we don't move out of Florida because that's where I'm gonna be getting my bachelor's at and getting my degree at. So I really hope, Navy, if you're watching this, please don't move us out of Florida until I'm done with college, please. Overall, going to school, like with this whole military lifestyle, like it's very difficult. And I know like some spouses, like it works for them, like that's great, it works for them. But for me, like personally, I've been having a hard time with this military lifestyle in school on its own because I'm taking care of my kids solo too while Nathan's on deployment. So it's been very hard, it's been stressful, and I want to be a nurse, so getting that degree while traveling so often is very hard because nursing, like obviously you need clinicals and you need a lot of studying. Like it sounds very impossible with 2 toddlers, but I'm telling you, I'm doing it. I don't know how the hell I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. I have gotten straight A's so far. I only got 1 B. It's because I suck at math, but so far I am doing pretty good. I am proud of myself even though I hate college. I'm doing good. Another thing that bothers me, again, a different subject, is freaking people think that I just feed off of Nathan all day and I don't want to do anything with my life, and they like feel bad for Nathan, but I'm just like, I'm Nathan's wife. Nathan has kids. He's supporting his family, like as he should, as a man should help out and support his family. And I feel like I am doing the most that I can too, like taking care of our children and taking care of our home while he's gone. And I feel like me and Nathan are doing the most that we can for each other, and I feel like we do it equally. Like it shouldn't be all about finances and stuff, like who brings home the money. I don't think it's about that. I don't think marriage is about that, and I don't think supporting your family is like that. I think supporting your family is how you're putting a roof over your family, the food that you bring to the table, love and support that we give to each other and to our kids, and me making sure our house doesn't blow up or burn down. I'm doing as much as I can while Nathan is out working, and I know during deployment, like it's a lot harder for him because he can't see our kids, and just deployment overall, like I know deployment is not easy, and I am not on deployment, so I don't know how it feels like to be on a ship for that long. I am grateful for the life that we have, even though people think that I'm not doing anything with my life. And just like with college and everything, like I don't think a lot of people knew that I was going to college and thought that I was just depending on Nathan the entire time. But Nathan supports me in going to college. Like eventually I'm gonna get my degree and it's gonna work for something. We are switching to the phone cam because my camera died, but I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, about people thinking that I don't do anything. But I do. I do help Nathan, and I do my best to help Nathan and support our family. Again, like how I said, I don't think supporting your family is all about money and finances. It's a lot more than that. To keep a happy, loving, caring family and a happy, loving, caring marriage. So I think it takes a lot more than money. Nathan and I haven't really cared about finances. Nathan and I are the type of people who don't let money get in the way, and we don't like fight over it. Like, we never fight about money. Like, sometimes we do get stressed over money, but it's only if it's like stress, like, oh, we can't pay a bill. Like, that's the only time we're stressed about money. But I think for 20-year-olds, like Nathan and I are financially in like a good place where we're comfortable. Like, obviously we're not rich, we're in the military. We're not rich, but I think we're in a place where we're comfortable and we're not stressing over money. And I think as 21-year-olds, like, most 21-year-olds aren't at the place that we're at right now, and like, that's totally okay. Everybody in their financial situations, like, everybody has their own situation, like, that's okay. Obviously Nathan and I don't have much, like, obviously, but I feel like for us as individuals and like us as a family and as parents, like, we have what we need for our children, and like, we have a little extra for what we want. And I think that's just all that matters. Like, Nathan and I don't fight over money. It's not something that you should be fighting about. And we've taken a financial peace class, which is very, very helpful. I recommend it to any young couple that wants to learn more about finances, because Nathan and I have learned a lot about finances, where to put our money, where our money should go, and just all of that. And I think I've learned a lot from it, where I'm not like spending like I used to. Like, I kind of just settled down. I started thinking about like the future and like where I want our money to go, what me and Nathan are planning in like the next 5 years. Like, where do we want to be? Like, do we want a house? Do we want another car? Do we want another baby? Like, it's just things that get you thinking. Like, we need to save money for all of this, rather than spending our money on something that like isn't going to help us in the long run. But yeah, like, overall, I'm very content and I'm very happy. Before I started this video, I didn't know what to talk about, because to be honest with you, like I was in a place where I felt very depressed and I felt stressed, I felt sad, because obviously Nathan's not home, 1. 2, that's it. Nathan's not home. That's why I'm stressy and depressy. Honestly, it's just the deployment that makes you anxious and worked up, because the Navy, or just military overall, they will give you like a homecoming date, and then they'll change it, they'll extend it, they won't extend it. Like, you don't know what's going on half the time, which it gets very like stressful, and it gives you anxiety because they get your hopes up basically. So I was just getting like very stressed over that. But now that I just let my feelings out and talked about my life, I feel a lot better. Like, I don't know if that's just me, but I feel a lot better that I got to tell you guys how I was feeling and like a little background of my life and everything. I feel a lot better. This was very therapeutic. I didn't realize I would enjoy talking to a camera. Maybe it's just less intimidating talking to a camera than an actual person, because I am scared of talking to people. So this was a very therapeutic and made me feel a lot better. But thank you guys for sitting here and listening to me rant and being my little personal therapist. So I will talk to you guys in my next video. Don't know what I'm filming next, but I am gonna figure it out and see what I want to film and show you guys. So again, thank you, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.